قال أجئتنا لتخرجنا من أرضنا بسحرك يا موسى. Really smart thing for him to say. Did you come to us to get us out of our land, Musa? By means of your magic? Is that why you came to us? Now he doesn't say, did you come to me? Fir'aun is an arrogant king. If he talks about someone, he talks about himself. But right now, he wants the whole crowd to be against Musa. So he doesn't say me, he says, did you come to me? No, he says, did you come to us? To get us kicked out of our land? So you can kick us out of our land? Now understand, usually Fir'aun doesn't say that. Fir'aun usually says, أَلَيْسَ لِي مُلْكُ مِصْرَ. Don't I alone own the dominion of Egypt? وَهَذِهِ الْأَنْهَارُ تَجْرِي مِنْ تَحْتِي. Don't these rivers flow under me? Me. But right now he has to rally a crowd against Musa alayhi salam. So he uses the na. By means of your magic, Musa, you want to get us out? Oh, and we have a response for you. فَلَنَأْتِيَنَّكَ بِسِحْرٍ مِثْلِهِ. Then we will bring about a magic, a form of magic just like yours. That competes with yours. Mithl, equal, equivalent to yours. فَجْعَلْ بَيْنَنَا وَبَيْنَكَ مَوْعِدًا. Then you get to place an appointment between you and ourselves. We'll let you pick the date. لَا نُخْلِفُهُ. None of us will draw back on it. Now he's trying to show how brave he is, and now he's going to save the nation. نَحْنُ وَلَا أَنْتَ. We won't go back on it, nor will you. Who did he mention first again? Arrogant. You know what? نَحْنُ وَلَا أَنْتَ. مَكَانًا سُوًى. It's going to be a place that is even, flat, which means people can be, back in the day they had like these town squares, and all the homes and buildings are all around it, and the big thing is happening in the middle, it's even field, right? The festivals, the announcements, etc., so that people can watch from their homes and people can be gathered around. So the more even it is, the farther people can see it. So that's makanan suwa. The other idea is, borrowing the term from Fox News Network, fair and balanced. Makanan suwa means it's going to be fair for you and me. You pick the place, and it's going to be even for you and even for me. And the point of it was, I'm not trying to be unfair. Obviously, it's Egypt. Every place is unfair because he owns it. It's home turf for him. All the soldiers are his. All the population is enslaved to him. Musa alayhi salam took the opportunity and he said, you pick the day, right? He told Musa alayhi salam, you pick the day. So Musa alayhi salam said, fine, let's pick the most public day there is. Let's pick July the 4th. Let's pick, Memorial Day. Or the day of the parade. Let's pick that. قَالَ مَوْعِدُكُمْ يَوْمُ الزِّينَةِ. He said, your appointment then is the day of beauty. The day of beauty means the streets are decorated, there's floats, there's flags, there's confetti, there's all that stuff, right? The day of the festival. Because people come out on that day anyway, and I want this to be a public spectacle. أَنْ يُحْشَرَ النَّاسُ ضُحَى. And then he even gave a time, not just the day, the time, that people should be gathered earlier morning. Duha is basically the time when you pray the Eid prayer. If you guys make it to the first one, that is. Right? You pray like 8:30, 9, something like that. Like that's roughly duha. Now why duha? Because it's Egypt, it gets really hot later on. And it's not Fajr, nobody's going to wake up. So find a time where it's nice for people to get out, and it's going to be like easily attended. And if they stick around for hours, it's not going to be a big deal because it won't get uncomfortable. So Musa alayhi salam is doing event management at this point because he wants this to be a big event. فَتَوَلَّى فِرْعَوْنُ. Then Fir'aun turned away, meaning he let the meeting go. You go Fir'aun, you go Musa, and I go my way. Let's plan this out. فَتَوَلَّى فِرْعَوْنُ فَجَمَعَ كَيْدَهُ. Then he gathered all of his plot. What does that mean? He gathered magicians from every country. He trained them. He did all of that. Those details, a different season. We're going to learn how he trained them somewhere else. ثُمَّ أَتَى. Then he came to attack. قَالَ لَهُمْ مُوسَى وَيْلَكُمْ. Musa said to all of them. Some ulama even say a legion of 10,000 magicians that showed up. Like there were rows upon rows of magicians. Musa alayhi salam addressed to them and said, وَيْلَكُمْ. May the worst form of destruction be upon you. وَيْلَكُمْ may also mean, curse you people. What's wrong with you? Curse you people. لَا تَفْتَرُوا عَلَى اللَّهِ كَذِبًا. Don't make up lies against Allah. فَيُسْحِتَكُمْ بِعَذَابٍ. Then he will destroy you with a punishment. And destroy here means destroy your wealth with a punishment. Ashata yushitu from suht. Suht actually means haram money. Suht is money from bribery or riba or things like that. Or haram, like selling haram things. That's suht. Ashata means to destroy money that's corrupt, or corrupt something. Like if you leave back in the day, the crop, the field is wealth. If you leave it, you don't cut it, that would be ashata. Ashata, you destroyed his wealth. Or for example, you have a home or you have a garden and you have to water it, you have to maintain it. You leave it alone, it gets destroyed on its own. This is ashata. You don't maintain a building, you don't maintain a car, that's ashata. This word is used because it's going to come true. Eventually, Fir'aun and his wealthy army is going to be drowned. And when they are drowned, those homes, those farms, nobody's going to be there to take care of them and they're going to be destroyed. So yushitakum, he will destroy you with a punishment. وَقَدْ خَابَ مَنِ افْتَرَى الْخَيْبَ فَوْتُ الطَّلَبْ وَعَدَمُ الْإِفَادَ الْمَرْجُوَةِ. The base definition is khaba, is the lack of or the death of want. Meaning you can't, you're in the worst possible state and all hope is destroyed. So the person who is completely wretched, they have no hope left, and they couldn't be lower, is the one who makes things up against Allah. When they heard this powerful speech from Musa alayhi salam, they got a little nervous. So they started having a huddle among each other. Before we have this fight, we should have a little meeting. Now the day of the parade hasn't happened yet. So these magicians and these administration of Fir'aun, they're having internal meetings, cabinet hearings about how we're going to deal with this. That's captured in this ayah. فَتَنَازَعُوا أَمْرَهُمْ. They disagreed in their decision among each other. They were having this, should we fight Musa? What's he talking about? What are these ayat? I'm kind of scared. I don't know if we should do this. So there's different thoughts within the administration. وَأَسَرُّوا النَّجْوَى. And they kept their counsel secret. They made it secret, so they made sure it's not on the outside. And when the meeting ended, they said, قَالُوا إِنْ هَذَانِ لَسَاحِرَانِ يُرِيدَانِ أَنْ يُخْرِجَاكُمْ مِنْ أَرْضِكُمْ بِسِحْرِهِمَا وَيَذْهَبَا بِطَرِيقَتِكُمُ الْمُثْلَى. They said then, their final verdict was, okay, so what do we say to the public? Because the public is hearing this message from Musa alayhi salam. We should come out and say, these guys are absolutely magicians. They both want to expel you from their land, from your land, by means of their magic. And they want to get rid, let me explain this a little bit, وَيَذْهَبَا بِطَرِيقَتِكُمُ الْمُثْلَى. They want to remove your exemplary lifestyle. Let me explain that term, exemplary lifestyle. Al-muthla in Arabic is the feminine form of amthal. Amthal means someone whose example is given a lot. Let me give you a family example. Your mother tells you, why can't you be like your sister? She's so much better at school. She's so much smarter. She's so much taller. Why are you so short? Etc. etc. Okay? That is amthal. Someone whose example is always given. Or when you give success stories, that country is amazing. Their infrastructure, their technology, their administration, etc., etc. This is amthal. Allah says, or Allah tells us that these administration, they wanted to spread a propaganda in the land. Musa alayhi salam is a threat to our perfect lifestyle. Our lifestyle is so awesome. Nations from around the world give our example and say, I want to be like that. And there's an element of truth in that. Did you know that kings across the world, after the Fara'ina tried to build their castles to try to look like the Fara'ina, they built the pillars and the beams like the pharaohs did. They wanted to make monuments modeled after the pharaohs. The Greek did this, the Romans did this. They emulated the pharaohs. They thought they were this exemplary, amazing kingdom, So they take pride in that and say, we have a great nation. Other people want to be like us. They give our example when they think of greatness. And that man is a threat to our great way of life. He's a threat to our great national way of life. He's a threat to our homeland security. That's what he is. That's what they wanted to paint him as. If you love your country, you have to hate Musa. That's what they wanted. So first they were in disagreement. When they came out of their disagreement and their meeting, the unanimous propaganda among them was, these are both magicians. Who's both again? Musa and Harun. And they want to get rid of your exemplary lifestyle. And they want to get you kicked out of here. They want to take over your country. I'm using these words on purpose. Okay? They want to take over your country and they don't like your way of life. They want to get rid of it. This is what we should spread among the people so they can hate Musa. And they mystify people. They mystify people. They hypnotize people. Now, I know this is a tangent, but an important one. You see it says, in hadani, lasahirani. Actually, so Arabic grammar students take note, if the lam wasn't there, in hadani, without the lam, sahirani, it would have been in hadani, sahiraini. It would have been nasb. When the in and the la come together, it becomes a positive sentence. Absolutely, these two are magicians. These two are absolutely magicians. If you say in hadani sahiraini, you get rid of the lam, and you have to make it nasb now. These two aren't magicians at all. Yani in bi ma'na ma. In becomes in the meaning of ma. But what's really interesting here is there is a controversy. For those of you that aren't grammar students, there's a controversy. Because one of the readings of the Quran is inna. In this ayah, قالوا إن هذان لساحران. قالوا إن هذان لساحران. And some modern pseudo grammarians that are non-Muslim that try to find mistakes in the Quran say, look, inna, make sure that the next word is affected by it. So instead of saying هذان, you're supposed to say هذين. So the Quran has a mistake because instead of saying inna هذين, the Quran says inna هذان. You have like websites dedicated to these mistakes, and this is one of the famous ones they quote, that there's an alleged mistake in the Quran. First of all, even in the dialect of Quraysh, those of you who know a little bit of Arabic, marfu', the rafa' form, hadani, could also be nasb or jar, hadani, hadani. Muslimani, muslimaini, muslimaini. Remember memorizing that? Muslimani, muslimaini, muslimaini. There is a dialect within the Quraysh that says muslimani, muslimani, muslimani. It was already found. So this is not grammatically incorrect. That's number one. Number two, inna can actually mean yes. Inna by itself can mean yes. And this is found in poetry in Arabic. Like the poet responds to, these women, they talk about he used to be like a player and everybody liked him because he was a good looking guy. But then he's getting old, his hair is getting white. And so they say, shaybun qad alaka, your hair has dominated you. وَقَدْ كَبُرْتُ, then I became old too. فَقُلْتُ, and I said, inna. Yep. Yep, I got old. And the way the poet says yes is what? Inna. If you say it like that, that means the translation is yes, these two are angels. Oh, no, not rather, these two are magicians. Now why yes? Why yes? All your suggestions? No. We can't say that. These two are liars, nobody's going to believe us. These two are crazy, nobody's going to believe us. What should we say? Yes, these two are magicians. These two are sorcerers. You see? That's the word inna. Now what's really cool about that is, what's the Arabic word for yes that you already know? Na'am. The popular word is na'am or e. E is also a word for yes. Inna is one of the rare and oldest words for yes in the Arabic language and is borrowed from Hebrew and Aramaic. In Hebrew it's hinna. In Aramaic it's inna. And what's awesome is this word, which is borrowed, it came into Arabic from Hebrew and Aramaic, is used in the address that the Fir'aun is supposed to make to the Hebrew public. So the word used in the Quran is closest to the original language in which it was used by Fir'aun himself. Subhanallah. What they accused to be a mistake. Inna hadani, that's inna hadani lasahirani. There are other explanations too, but for another time inshallah, maybe in the detailed sessions. So, يخرجاكم, so he wants to get you kicked out of your land بسحرهما, by means of their magic. ويذهبا بطريقتكم المثلى, they want to get rid of your perfect lifestyle. فأجمعوا كيدكم, then all of you combine your plots, be unified. ثم أتوا صفا, he's giving a pep talk now to the magicians. You guys, get your act together, have a huddle, be united, and then attack in rows. وَقَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْيَوْمَ مَنِ اسْتَعْلَى, then today the only one who will be successful is the one who will come on top, or wants to come on top. Isti'la in Arabic is used ala nas, the one who rises above the people. Who will be on top today? Who impresses the people. That's what this means. So you guys better impress the people. قَالُوا يَا مُوسَى, the magicians are now all fired up. They just got a pep talk from Fir'aun. And they're going to save their nation. And they come before Musa and they say, Ya Musa, imma an tulqiya, is it you that's going to throw? Wa imma an nakuna awwala man alqa, or shall it be we, the first to throw? Qala bal alqu. He said, no, you throw, go ahead. Musa alayhi salam said, فَإِذَا حِبَالُهُمْ وَعَصِيُّهُمْ, then all of a sudden their ropes and their staffs, rods, they threw their ropes and their staffs. يُخَيَّلُ إِلَيْهِ, they started appearing to him, meaning to Musa alayhi salam, min sihrihim, because of their magic, annaha tas'a, they're running around too. So he has a staff that's going to turn into a snake, and that's supposed to be awesome. But Fir'aun in his cabinet meeting said, you know what happened? They said, so how did he mess you up? They're like, well, he threw a staff and it turned into a snake. It was pretty embarrassing. We all got kind of scared. Okay, we can work on that. And now they all practiced on how to make snakes and rods look like snakes. And they did so well that even Musa alayhi salam, when he saw it, it looked to him like they were moving around because of the magic they had done. فَأَوْجَسَ فِي نَفْسِهِ خِيفَةً, then he hid a deeply hidden fear. It took hold of Musa's heart. أَوْجَسَ فِي نَفْسِهِ أَمْرًا يعني أَحَسَّهُ وَشَعَرَ بِهِ وَأَضْمَرَهُ, to feel something, to have an inclination, and to keep it hidden. وَهَذَا فِي مَنْ كَانَ عَلَى حَالَةٍ مِنَ الْخَوْفِ. This happens for someone who's afraid, to hide your fear inside. So deep inside, Musa alayhi salam's like, wait, that was going to be my grand finale. My grand finale was going to be, I was going to throw my staff and it was going to turn into a snake. But now there's like hundreds of staffs turning into snakes. How is this going to impress anybody? So he got nervous. But he didn't let it show outside. He kept it inside. أَوْجَسَ فِي نَفْسِهِ خِيفَةً Musa. قُلْنَا, we said to him, لَا تَخَافْ. We said, don't be afraid. إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ الْأَعْلَى. You will be the ultimately supreme. وَأَلْقِ مَا فِي يَمِينِكَ. Throw whatever it is in your hand. Throw whatever's in your hand. You can't even tell what it is anymore compared to theirs, but just throw it. تَلْقَفْ. It will swallow immediately. Some of your kids do that. That's laqifa. Laqifa in Arabic is to swallow something quickly, skillfully too. You know, a snake is slow, but when it goes for the bite, it's like that. Or if you've seen like wildlife documentaries, that's what I watch with my kids for fun. The way a shark attacks, the way a gator attacks. This is talqaf, like immediate, skillful, precision attack, and it's done. You know, craziest show you've ever seen, Gator Boys. I saw it on the plane. I was scared. These people are crazy in Florida. I'm never going to Florida again. Alqi ma fi yaminik. Sorry, students. Okay. Can't call you by name. Alqi ma fi yaminik. Throw whatever it is in your right hand. Talqaf. It will immediately swallow skillfully, like it's having lunch. It's going to eat those thousands or hundreds of rods they've eaten. Ma sana'u, whatever they manufactured. And what this implies is they practiced a lot. Because he doesn't just say ma alqaw, what they threw. He says ma sana'u, what they manufactured, they built, they practiced so long. They had rehearsals and they went at it hours and hours to produce this trick. Innama sana'u kaydu sahir. Everything they produced is just the plot of a magician, just the plans of a magician. وَلَا يُفْلِحُ السَّاحِرُ حَيْثُ أَتَى. And the magician will never be successful. Whatever he comes up with, whatever tricks he pulls out of his bag will never be successful. فَأُلْقِيَ. Now, you have to understand something about the context. Who's watching this? Musa alayhi salam, Harun alayhi salam, some believers, the magicians, Fir'aun, his ministers, the crowd of hundreds and thousands. There's a bunch of people watching this. But there's only one group of people that knows what actually happened, other than the Muslims. There's only one group of people, and that's the magicians. Because to everybody else, his magic was better than their magic. His snake ate their snakes. He wins. That's all. That just proves he's the best magician. And that's actually what Fir'aun's going to use. إِنَّهُ لَكَبِيرُكُمْ. He's the biggest magician y'all have. He's going to use that. But the people who know how far magic can go, and that ain't no magic, who would know that? Magicians. Because they know their craft, they know their trade. If you're a scientist, you know the limits of science that humanity has reached. You know, if you're a geologist, you know how far geology can take you. If you're a physician, you know how far medicine can take you. So when you see something that clearly defies the limits of your knowledge, your science, you know there's something bigger at work here. These magicians don't know any more than, this is the dream team of magicians. They've been brought from everywhere, and they've been put together, and they've together come up with this thing. أَجْمِعُوا كَيْدَكُمْ ثُمَّ أْتُوا صَفًّا. It's not the product of one magician. These are thousands of magicians collaborating. It's no small thing. And for that to be destroyed in one shot, and then realizing, yeah, we just made it look like it. His thing actually ate our snakes, our ropes and our rods. That thing's actually real. You can touch it and it's going to bite. It's got its fangs too. Remember the fangs? Right? So they realize this is something special. They are overwhelmed. They decide to take it seriously now. Now or never. قَالُوا آمَنَّا بِرَبِّ هَارُونَ وَمُوسَى. Which messenger is mentioned first? Harun alayhi salam. This surah highlights Harun alayhi salam. We have come to believe in the master of Harun and Musa. They fall into sajda publicly. Everybody sees it. Fir'aun sees it. You know, the people see it. Everybody sees it. And this is the worst thing that could have happened for Fir'aun. The public spectacle of it.